Hi, happy holidays everyone. I am Paul Chartier and this is Heart of Gold. Thanks for tuning in. Every December we have our staple on one of the core, most generous organizations in Lexington, the Salvation Army. Major Deborah Ashcraft and Townsend Miller, the Assistant Development Director. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Paul.
December is what it's all about for you. I mean, I know you're open 12 months out of the year, but December is like a key month for you, isn't it?
Well, it is. That's when our largest fundraiser takes place, the Kettle campaign, and those dollars are absolutely critical to making sure that the shelter stays open all year for women and children, and the children are taken care of in the Boys and Girls Club and the Early Learning Center, and the food pantry has food. So you're right, December's a busy month with the Kettle campaign and also our big toy drive.
How many children do you impact every year? Do you have any idea?
I actually added that up once. I think it's about 8,000,
8,000.
maybe even more.
And so you've got a shelter for children and their mothers.
Right, and single women.
And single women.
Without children.
And you're on the corner of Main and Newtown Pike. You've got a nice campus there. And there's a lot going on, isn't there?
There is. And, you know, last year we had over 1,500 people seeking shelter at the Salvation Army, and over 400 of those individuals were children. And we have an early learning center because preschool education is so important, especially for children in poverty, for children in the shelter and low-income families in the community. And then we operate after-school programs that have a great tutoring component and recreational activities, summer day camps, and you know, we've got the food pantry, the clothing center, where we're giving away free clothing, and of course we have our emergency mobile kitchen is you know, housed there at the Salvation Army so that we're ready to serve if the community needs us in time of disaster. And we've got a large music school, over 252 children last year, and we've got Sunbeams and Guards and Boys Adventure Corps, which are similar to scouting programs, and I've probably forgotten something, but that's, you know, it's a credit to this community and how generous they are, because all of the money that is raised to support those programs has to come from our local community. So I just want to say thank you to people and let them know you really are changing the lives of the homeless and the poor.
And thank you to you, because, not to compare, but like a lot of organizations, you make the dollar go as far as any organization in Lexington. Now, with all the fun stuff going on, you talked about the Kettle campaign. When is that going to start? And I know we talked before with the lateness of Thanksgiving, the normal 6-week window is now scrunched into 5. So we've got to get people out there and donating to stores, but also the online campaign.
Correct. Well, we've been bell ringing for a few weeks now. We actually started ringing on November 8th, but we ring Monday through Saturday at local retailers around town, all the way up through Christmas Eve. And most people are familiar with our traditional Kettle, but we are really promoting the online giving this year. At each of our Kettle stands, we have a QR code, and that's an easy thing that most people can scan with their iPhone or their smartphone, and it takes them directly to our online giving page. But you can also log on to our website, salvationarmylex.org, and we have an online Kettle, which is something that's very new for our local community, but we have a very high fundraising goal for our online Kettle this year, and partly because we have a very generous donor who has agreed to match our online donations up to $50,000.
So let's talk about that slowly. Someone's at home in their pajamas. They wake up, they turn their monitor on. That monitor now is the Kettle. And with a couple of these things, they push a button to send their donation, and you've got someone anonymously that will match $50,000, or how does that work?
They will match up to $50,000.
Dollar for dollar.
That's right.
Dollar for dollar, which is fantastic.
And you know, our Kettle goal is $485,000. That's a large goal, but the need is great, and so we're really hoping that $100,000 can be raised through the online Kettle, because as you mentioned, Thanksgiving is late, and there are a few of our spots, that Kettle locations, that aren't able to allow us to stand until after Thanksgiving. So we know we need to raise additional dollars in, besides in the kettles outside the store. And basically, yes, you can give from the comfort of your keyboard. And you will also receive a receipt right away, and a lot of people like that.
So SalvationArmyLex.org.
Correct.
And then they can go through and guide on how to make a donation.
Right. Well, on the home page, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner a box that says Make a Gift. You click that, it takes you immediately to the online kettle. You put in your information, your credit card, and the amount, and then within seconds you'll receive a receipt, and you will be helping to change a life.
Thousands of lives.
That's right.
So the kettle campaign will be underway through the entire month of part of November, all of December. The beginning of December, you've got something exciting going on at a castle?
Yes, we have our Castle Post Christmas tours. We have a lot of great designers that are decorating Castle Post, and all the proceeds are going to go to support the emergency shelter, which is a great cause. And tickets on Sunday, December 1st, are $35. Monday and Tuesday are $25. And you can go to our website. There's a phone number too if you just want to call and make your donation using a credit card, and we'll have the tickets for you. All the tours start at Kingsway, and again, it's a great opportunity to see Castle Post, the lovely decorations, and help families who don't have a home.
We're kind of glossing over the emergency shelter. What do you do there?
Our emergency services shelter is a wonderful resource for so many single women and families in need in our community. And as Major Deborah has mentioned, we live in a very generous community.
Yes.
Very, very generous. And we try to thank our donors as often as possible, because without them we would not be able to operate in the way that we do. But we have thousands of single women and children that come through our shelter each year needing our services. And they come from all different backgrounds. And it's very likely because they've fallen on a rough spot in life. Maybe they've lost a job, maybe they've just hit a rough patch in life, and they need a helping hand. They need a lift up. So we are able to house them, we're able to feed them, we're able to provide them services, we're able to provide them classes that they need to get back on their feet and to live life in a sustainable manner.
And it's all done with confidentiality and a lot of integrity.
That's right, and I say a lot of love and encouragement, and it isn't your typical emergency shelter. It's a very comprehensive approach. Townsend mentioned classes, and we do have a lot of classes in case managers, and we network with a lot of agencies, and over 500 individuals in our shelter last year acquired their own housing, obtained income, so it's a very comprehensive approach.
You work magic, and some more magic is the angel tree.
Yes, I love the angel tree.
Everyone does, and for the two people out there that don't, explain where it's located and how it works.
Well, we actually have several angel tree locations because we want to make it easy for people. The largest display is at Fayette Mall near Dillard's, and we have angel trees in Whitaker Banks, in Lexington and Georgetown, and so many businesses and churches have set up angel trees in their own location. And so it's very easy. You just go to one of these locations, select a child's tag, you read the wish list, and you purchase a gift, bring the gift back unwrapped by December the 8th, and you can drop that gift off at Fayette Mall or one of the Whitaker Banks, or directly at the Christmas Center, which is going to be at 1030 South Broadway. And we need volunteers too. And so on the website, SalvationArmyLex.org, you can find all the locations and the times that you can volunteer at the Christmas Center.
It's remarkable you can stay sane with all these things going on. But here's a little boy, Jake, he's 3. His wish list, or his mom or dad's wish list, is a wagon, bath toys, talking toys, pants, shirts, shoes. How many children, do you have any idea how many you touched last year with the angel tree?
Over 6,000. The need is great. I think that number has doubled. This is my 10th Christmas, so when I first came in 2004, the need has increased, and I'm so grateful to the community for helping out. And through the Food Angel program that we do in at Kroger stores, you can also provide Christmas dinner for a family. You just select a child's angel card, make the contribution at the check lane, and then all the families, when they pick up the toys, they'll also receive food cards so they can go to the grocery store and buy the food that best suits their family.
Again, there's a lot going on. People can probably best go to salvationarmylex.org to clarify everything we're talking about. In the last 4 minutes, what have we missed? What else is coming up that we need to talk about today?
Well, with our bell ringing campaign, we're always, of course, looking for generous donors, but we are continue to look for volunteers. We've had a very generous outpouring of volunteers in our community who want to ring the bell at one of our kettle stands throughout the day, and we will continue to look for volunteers to ring the bell.
The training is up and down, up and down.
Thank you. God bless you. Merry Christmas.
Finish the sentence. There it is.
That's it.
We'll take you, Paul.
Yeah.
What? I'm ambidextrous. So for people that want to volunteer, they can call your phone number or go on website. What's the best way to do it?
The best way to volunteer is, of course, you can look on our website and our contact information is there, but our general phone number is 252-7706, and anyone who wants to volunteer to ring the bell will be directly connected to me, and it's very easy to do. We can do it over the phone if you have an interested spot, maybe your local grocery where you shop and you know where your friends shop. We can get you set up to ring the bell.
To let people know they're not going to be there for 8 hours, and they can do things as a group. Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. What other groups do you recommend come out?
We have
Church
a lot
groups,
of church groups,
businesses,
sports teams. Really, bell ring is for everyone.
Yes.
Families, it's become quite a tradition for many families in our community that they say, this is our location, this is where we like to ring, and this is when we like to ring. And our friends know we're ringing on this Friday, and we encourage them to come out and donate. And it's a wonderful way to support our community and have your friends support. Maybe they haven't decided where they're going to give their donation throughout the Christmas season, and their friends will say, the Salvation Army is the place to be.
And again, people may freak out about, gosh, am I going to be there all day? I want to go. How long is the shift?
We usually request that volunteers take at least a 4-hour shift, and so far we haven't had anyone that has had any issues with that, because it's very likely they say on the phone, 4 hours. I can find a couple friends to help me bell ring for a few hours, and it's very easy. It goes by very fast. As long as you're friendly and you're smiling and you keep ringing, you'll do a great job.
and use the tag team approach. That's really the key, you know,
Yes,
and getting your friends together. Someone ring for an hour, and then somebody else comes to relieve them. And I encourage people to sing Christmas carols. This should be fun. People like it, actually.
Yep.
If you play an instrument, you can
That's
bring that out
right.
too.
You all are heroes in the community. We want people to come out for this month and give dollars, give time. And Townsend, Major Deborah, thank you for really making a great impact on this community and affecting thousands of people and making Lexington a better place to live.
Well, thank you. And again, we are humbled and very grateful for the generosity of this community. We really are.
You do give the gift of Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Paul Chartier. We'll be right back on Heart of Gold.